Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Jones here. You're listening to Iron Realm Media. I listen all the time and it's the best truth show out there. Forget about the mainstream lying. Get your weekly dose of iron. Realm, that is. Stay woke, folks.
IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. IronRealmmedia is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Good morning. I'm here.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe that dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
OTGIM. I mean, I guess we made it. We're here. We should thank God for that. We're breathing above ground and mostly vertical. So I guess there's thanks to be had there. But we managed to make it. We're all here. Morning, gentlemen. And good morning to Matt Will East. Not often you see a great name up there first thing in the morning. It's good to see you, Matt. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Right?
Catching us first thing.
I hadn't even got to the chat fully yet. Got too many tabs open from yesterday afternoon. I had a guitar clinic class, graduation, well, passed our test, all that thing. And I have 100 tabs open here, so I'm working on it. If I sound distracted, that is what I'm doing. Trying to see what I need to keep up that I haven't saved, because it was all kind of supplemental info and scale patterns and downloads. And so I'm trying to save and get them closed. My apologies.
No, it's.
And how are you, good sir?
I'm okay. I'm good. It's
Oh, that was a
it was a little loaded, yeah. There was some loading there going on. Yeah, it's been an emotional weekend. So it's still filled with mixed feelings. The sweets and the bitters and all that good shit. So we might have to get into it at some point, but I don't want to take up everything without having said hello to Zachary. How the hell are you doing, Zach? Yeah.
Late.
That's about how I feel.
Warning might have been right there. That might have been the late morning that we got.
Yeah, that was it.
He's here, but it's not really here.
We hit a lurch out of him. That'll be good enough.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yep.
Long weekend, Zach?
Start day 8 in a row.
Shit.
Ow. Yeah. Ow.
I did like 32 at the restaurant once. That was stupid. 32 days in a row is not a smart idea.
No, that's really dumb.
No. Crazy.
So I made it down to my dad's this week, which is always a good thing. And I went having already told him and asked him if I could borrow, his kit, some of his kit, whatever kit he might have Jesus criminy, might have left, because I had plans to, in the not too distant future, make it to a rendezvous. So he was pretty excited and said, you're going to inherit it all. You can just come pick it up and have it, because I'm not using it. I haven't used it in decades. It's just sitting here rotting away, molding, collecting dust, getting eat up by moths and spiders. So, you're more than welcome to it. So I did. Went down there and got his full set of buckskins. Got, a possibles bag, a powder horn, a nice little Voyager's cap, a really nice beaded knife sheath with a knife in there. I got a nice little set of kit. If I were to go out and try to buy it all, the time it'd have been $3,000-$4,000 worth of shit easy. And like he told me, he hasn't worn this shit in decades. Like, I don't remember him ever going to a rendezvous, only hearing stories that he had. When I was 6 years old, he came to my elementary school and did the living history presentation in his full buckskins and was explaining what was what and why it was and where it might have originated and things like that. But I never knew him to be at the rendezvous. I just always knew that he had gone and had all of his stuff, and it was just, it had played an important and major role in his life once upon a time. And once he left, I had sort of followed that thread as a way to connect with him and to him and make him feel not quite so far removed from the house that he left when he left my mom and my sister. So it's always just sort of been my dad's stuff. And we went through it. My sister was living where all of his stuff was, so she had to go try to find it and dig it out, and we had to make sure what was there and what wasn't and all that good stuff. And then just seeing it out, really kind of weird, because I hadn't really seen him in the last 20 years. And I got him home, and I'm looking at all my dad's stuff, and it just really started to hit me. Like, it's at the end of a fucking era. Like, the stories I could tell that I know, that I've heard from he and his pals, not to mention the stories that he could tell. From where each piece of that kit came from and the stories behind it and who made it and who gave it to him and what might have, there's just so many fucking stories. And I'm sitting here with it all, and it's just like having a hard time comprehending the end of that era. Even though it's been gone, dead and gone for decades. That era has been over for him and for me and for all of that. But just seeing that pile of buckskins and accoutrements sitting there really hit me hard, and I don't really care for the way it made me feel. So it's been very bittersweet. Definitely more sweet than bitter. Because I got home and just wanted to see how they fit, so I put them on and the shirt fit pretty good. Pants were a little big, to be expected. His capote coat was just humongous on. and remembering what a imposing figure of a man my father used to be. He stood about 6'4", 6'3", something like that, and weighed probably 250, 260 once upon a time. I mean, he was just a massive dude. And seeing me stand there like a 5-year-old dressed up in his dad's clothes, as a 50-year-old dressed up in my dad's clothes, and just seeing them hang off me, being reminded how big and massive and imposing, and the way he would just, you walk in a room and he just sort of is in charge because of his size and just his general demeanor. And to see him now, frail, small, shrunken, hardly able to take a few steps and be steady on his feet, compared to the mountain of a man that he used to be. It's been tough. It's been tough, but this is part of being human. How, I'm curious, did Jesus Christ, when he walked the earth and lived 100% as a human being, lived a human life, how he dealt with the loss of his parents when they died and he had to go on as an orphan? Yeah, he probably didn't have to have any of those specific human experiences that every other human being will have to suffer and go through. I guess he didn't have to deal with that too much. But I suppose he knows what it's like intellectually. He didn't have to actually experience it to experience that human. But I'm getting a little sidetracked. How about you guys? How was your weekend?
Good, tiring. Still trying to recover. I did too much last week with my, I had a good prognosis at my occupational therapist. So she turned me loose for the gym, and I, went a little overboard with it. So I'm still trying to get it back. But yeah, good weekend overall.
Yeah, seems like a real hard line to tread, having to shift gears like that, where you're, hey, I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna try to improve all this stuff, get mobility back, get strength back, and you're out there busting your ass and just killing it, and then this MG shit starts, and you're like, well, okay, well, great, well, now I can't really exert myself too much because it just triggers the MG, so I have to figure out how to continue what I was doing and not continue what I was doing all at the same time, and that's gotta suck.
You got it. You nailed it. There it is. That is the rub. But as I've discovered, it's a roller coaster ride. I'll go for weeks where I just do my normal day and never a nap in sight. Just go through and everything's fine, and then suddenly whatever happens internally, be it, usually I figure it's energetic, triggering it, some kind of either the earth energy or people around me energy. Definitely being, super empathetic. I definitely pick up on everybody else's stuff. So definitely going out into the world of like going to the gym, surrounded by people, and there's other people there that are also recovering from whatever things they've had, wrecks or knee surgeries, or just getting older and dealing with body shifting around. And so it's always a juggle trying to be out in the world. But I definitely find that when I get I don't know, emotionally something happens, be good, bad, or ugly, it just triggers it sometimes as well. So you just never know. It's a whole thing. Definitely a whole thing.
So wait, you mean emotions, like heightened emotional states could trigger it too?
Yeah, they've actually
fuck
got
that.
pretty good theory that that's what usually is the trigger or whatever. Like, so people will be predisposed genetically for autoimmune things. And in some families, it presents as everybody in the family gets shingles, or everybody gets ALS, or everybody gets some type of, autoimmune triggered thing. But in other families, it's like, hey, you know what? I got this bag of autoimmune stuff, and you guys are going to get a little bit of all of it. So you get some Guillain-Barré, which when my grandmother was dying in the hospital and I'm sleeping underneath chairs in the waiting room for like 2 weeks straight, because I was pretty much the only one in the family who could do that at the time, both physically and just job requirements or whatever. They figured it out. Finally, somebody early on doing computer cross-referencing way back in the 80s, before that was even really a thing, figured out that's what she had, because they had no clue. She'd been in there for weeks and nobody knew. And this dude came running in, and this is what it is. And they did stuff and fixed it. And she was good to go for the next few years. And then my mom had a form of neuropathy, which is usually associated with either like diabetes or some type of something like that, where it's a result of other things in your body. But with this neuropathy, which is the thing where your nerves and your muscle reactions don't act right. Like you'll be suddenly, holding something, your hand will just open and let it go, or you'll be driving a car and suddenly you're on the side of the road, which had happened a couple of times, and we just assumed it was Mama driving way too much, too late. She was always on the road with respiratory therapy back in the day because of where the hospitals were. Excuse me. And then she fell, and then she dropped this, and then and then it became a whole thing, and that's what they figured out. Well, it's a neuropathy, but it's not, diabetes related. It's something to do with your autoimmune system. My brother had shingles, and then I get the myasthenia gravis. So it's definitely already there, kind of like, they say we have cancer 20, 30, 50 times in our body. Our body deals with it, and you move on. But sometimes it doesn't. Well, same kind of thing here. Something triggered this and made it kick off to the extreme to where it started it was already there. I probably was having symptoms from it and just didn't know what they were yet. And then it hit, and then it got bad, and then it got like seriously bad. And so, that's one of the theories in the community, because they don't really know why suddenly it happened like it does, and you're all debilitated by it. And that's what the biggest theory that they've come up with is. It can be superly tied to an emotional trigger or a constant barrage of emotional trigger. And so within a period of starting in 2020, when my mom went through cancer and we were there at the house with her, and, I was there for 6 months watching her die, helping her pass, which was a beautiful thing. I'm not saying it ugly or anything. I'm just saying it was emotional. And then from that, things here at home with friends had really deteriorated, which really emotionally fucked me up because of a lot of stuff. Flat Earth, just not agreeing on child rearing, just things happened. And so that kind of was an emotional thing. And then the cats started having things that really triggered me, like Spot passing, destroyed. Because, I hadn't been a pet owner since my early 20s because of the emotions and the loss and just not dealing with it well, the empathy. And so having pets for the first time in all those years, really becoming attached, like super more attached than I've ever been to pets in my life, because of where I'm at, my emotions, and trying to become part of the earth and part of the nature and part of the animal kingdom. When Spot passed, it fucked me up. And then not long after that, Pea Turkey got run over, and I had to bury him in my yard, and that destroyed me. And then not long after that, Nacho, who had already gone outside because of a big emotional, when she went nuts and almost killed the kittens. She was first generation and they were second. She went nuts. She was my hard-earned love. She was the one that would not let you pet her and not want to be on you, and then suddenly she'd come in here and meow and hop up in my lap, and that was the best feeling ever for her to finally me to break through with her and get her to be able to let me pet her and let me hold her. And so that whole thing, her having to go outside and then her disappearing, that destroyed me. So I went through a lot of emotionally just destroyed me stuff. So I figure all of those just snowballed into the myasthenia gravis. I truly do.
My oversensitive ass would be fucked.
Dude, I was crying watching fucking what is it? The goddamn some show we watch on one of the chef shows, and they were talking about shit with their family and their mom and shit. And I got all like, good God, I'm such a fucking wuss.
Uh-huh.
Hell, yesterday when I got the news about with Sam Keith, he's an artist. He's a comic book artist. I've never met this man. Never even read a good interview with him, because back in the late 80s, early 90s, when I found his art, it just wasn't really a thing. There were a few articles here or there, and maybe Wizards of the West Coast or whatever, but he was always, like, at that point, he was like superstar. So he was one of those unattainable. You couldn't really get him to come to your little local comic book convention like you could some of the other artists I got to meet. And yeah, but that being said, he was hugely, highly influential in my time of being in art during college and learning how to do the thing where you go from the pencils that you then ink over, and then you get somebody else to color, because by that time you're just done with that art. But, really wanting to break into comics and learning techniques from different comic book artists, and finding his stuff was like finding Salvador Dali or H.R. Giger with like, just, what is this? This is art that I've never even thought could happen or experience or anything like that. If you don't know Sam Keith, I'll look some up in a minute, but like his panel layout, just one page, just one panel layout, the way he laid out the panels fed into the story so much. The shape of the panels, the positive and negative space. Yeah, just the whole thing. So him, when I went, like, my brother sent me that right after I saw it, and as I was typing it in to put it into our chat, it was tearing me up. I was sitting there just teared up over that. So yeah, my emotions are very super sensitive and easily triggered. Yes, I'm right there with you, my friend. Let me go find some Sam Keith. Hang on.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a good comparable example where I was just hyper emotional over nothing that was particularly emotional. But there's just not one specific one I can think of. It happened so fucking. It's embarrassing. $15 years later, Dixie would be like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." "Are you crying?" "Nope, I'm good." Allergies. I just yawned.
Yeah, I'm all about the allergies. All right.
I don't know. My eyes are just watering. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, that's a big confession. My eyes don't really water for no reason. If ever you see me and my eyes are watering, it's probably because I'm emotional, because my eyes don't just water for no reason. Like maybe sometimes after a yawn or a great big hit, but for the most part, my eyes just don't water. Good morning, Regina. Good to see you there.
It's very hard to choose here. I'm just going to share a few images so you guys can see. And if you're not a comic book person, this probably won't mean nearly anything to you. But if you've read comics and know how panels are usually laid out, they're usually just some squares, one after the other, one after the other. Oh, that's a bad one. But there was just something about his body proportion like this. This is Wolverine. The character has been drawn a million times. But then he got a hold to it and like literally revamped the whole X-Men like popularity and everything else. This was back, like I said, late 80s, early 90s. Same thing with the Hulk. The Hulk was a dying book. And then he got a hold to it and just turned it into something else. But his panel work like when he was doing the Sandman comic, like this, that angle, that weird like layout. That's like just something that just isn't done. And then the way I found him, I was a huge Alien person. Like I loved I loved H.R. Giger. I loved Aliens. Found Dark Horse's Alien series, and then they put out this one called Aliens Earth Wars #1, and I saw the cover and loved it, picked it up, opened the artwork, and it was nothing I'd ever seen like this. This is his version of the Alien stuff over here to the right. In fact, I'm actively right now buying some of the first editions just so I can have them handy again, because all my stuff got sold off and traded off, and dumbly. I even had some not his original art. I had the colorist of Earth Wars. She came to a convention, and I got one of her layout panels, which is where they've taken the finished inks, which sometimes he would do pencils and ink. Sometimes he would just do pencils. Sometimes he would just do inks. He did both, pencils and inks, handed it over to this lady, and then she colored it. And the way that's done is it's a panel of his black and white art, and then laid over it is this cell sheet that has all the color put on it. So it was like this plastic thing hanging over a piece of amazing Sam Keith artwork panel layout from page 1 of Aliens Earth War. It's floating around here somewhere. I saw it when I was digging through one of my portfolios not long ago. But yeah, never could afford the Sam Keith original art. It was just a little out of my reach. Look at that.
Probably even more so now.
That's why I'm trying to grab those #1s before they go away and turn into stupid money. And that being said, every article I read yesterday about him always focused on his Marvel years and his Image years. Because with Image, he did this little book called The Max, which, if you ever caught that on like MTV back in the day when they were still showing stuff besides This Is My Baby's Daddy or whatever weird shit they do now, if you saw that The Max cartoon, it was very close to the original comic that he created, which was this mind fucking weird 2 worlds. The outback of Australia was tied into it. Rabbits, hello Josh, were tied into it. Yeah, amazing fucking story. In fact, it was one of those seminal books that really affected me and my brother a lot. He became a sculptor, Paul did, my brother, and sculpted that very image you're seeing with the knees kind of kicked up and the arms down and the big spikes on his hands. Again, just part of the character. But he made this thing that was like, dude, it had to weigh about 25 or 30 pounds. So this was all back in the day. This is FEMA. This was like, just go buy some shit off the shelf at frickin' Hobby Lobby. This wasn't like special sculptor, 3D clay or any of that shit that's out there now. And he would bake it and check it and add to it, fix it, bake it again. Yeah, it was watching him create that thing. And then we took it. I had pictures somewhere. These were back when I had like hard pictures of stuff that had been used, decent camera, dark room at school, and lots of awesome pictures of it out in like just weird areas where it looked real, like it was out in the world. It was really great. So yeah, if you can ever read The Max by Mr. Keith, great stuff. Anyway, I'll stop going on about Sam Keith. Definitely rest in peace. Or not. Rage Against the Machine, whatever it takes.
Here's a question for all you fine folks out there in chat, fine folks listening after the fact. Since it's, what is today, 25th, 23rd? What did I put? I'm pretty sure I put 25th on the fucking thing. I don't know where I got that from. Probably trying to check the date without my glasses on. Oh, fucking well. It'll be ready to go on Wednesday. Anyways, the 23rd of March. Yeah, now I'm questioning myself. I'm going to be stuck on the date thing for a minute. This would be like, if I were to celebrate the new year, it'd be this week. Like, I don't believe in the ding dong, here comes the fucking ball dropping at the turn of the second hand on a clock somewhere is what truly signifies the old year into the new year. I think it's a bit more of a gradual type celebration if you were going to celebrate such a thing. And it should be done at the vernal equinox. And of course, that's where April Fool's comes from and all that good shit. But just as a reference, just for a little context for those listening after the fact, how in the hell do your hands feel? How's your arthritis? How's everybody feeling out there? I woke up on Saturday morning and like my hands were so swollen and my knuckles were so sore. It felt like I had been punching shit and I couldn't understand it. It's like my knuckle was broken. It's like I could only bend my finger so far and it's just excruciating pain. My hands were so swollen I couldn't take my rings off. And I had one of those sterling silver rings on my finger. And because my knuckle was swollen, I couldn't take it off. It wasn't a big deal. It's not like it's tight. Like I could still turn the ring. It's not cutting off circulation. I just couldn't get it over that knuckle because the knuckle was too swollen. Well, the side effect was it was 925 sterling silver and not 9.9999% pure. So I got that little bit of alloy still stuck in the fucking silver and caused a reaction on my ring finger, the finger that I had that damn ring stuck on. So now I've got a red band of irritation that looks like a jacked up ring where a ring should be, because I can't wear one on there right now because the silver's not strong enough. Anyway, the point of the story is, even still, my hands are so sore. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do today because this hand is almost useless. Just so fucking sore. And I'm just wondering how everybody else is feeling out there. Is this just a me thing? Or is this a...
So are you 100% sure this is ring related?
So
I mean, not just the swelling part, but the arthritis.
So I don't think
feeling so bad.
I'm not saying that the arthritis and the swelling is ring related. I'm saying that the ring, the irritation red band around the finger where that ring was is swelling related.
You know that happened, right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because I went to my OT, which I had done something to my right shoulder, and it's an old joke about I sneezed too hard and I wound up in traction, or I reached to grab a napkin and, now I've got a cast on, that kind of thing when you get to our age, or my age anyway. And so I flipped the covers a certain way back when we had that second or third cold spell. I flipped the covers with the extra comforter, the heavy comforter, and the electric blanket on it. Did something, and when I flipped those covers the right way, wrong way, cat in there with me, whatever happened, man, my whole right shoulder felt like it was getting ripped out of the socket. And so I went to the doctor, my pain doctor, and she said, yeah, we could do this, we could do that, or you could just go to therapy. I'm like, let's just do therapy. I don't want shots, I don't want needles, I don't want any of that other shit. And so started doing therapy and then went for weeks, did all the stuff at home too. I do my exercises when they give them to me at home, like a good boy. And it was feeling better, like to the point that Wednesday she was like, well, you have one more on Monday and I can pretty much turn you loose, it looks like. Because she measured all my range of motion and all that shit. Pain levels were 0. Everything was great. And then went to the gym, did it a little bit too much that afternoon probably, but didn't feel any like, ow, my shoulder. More like, oh my God, my MG's kicking my ass, I got to take a nap. Waking up, deadheaded, eyes crossed, can't get them uncrossed for 2 or 3 hours, that whole thing. And so, I guess Friday, something happened where I reached and my shoulder went, fuck. I'm like, oh man, my shoulder's acting stupid. I must have overdid it on the gym still. And then Saturday, I just reached over for a cup on the table. Like right now, if I reached for my coffee, that's about what I did. And it felt like it was getting ripped out of the socket, just like it did the first night I heard it, which was 5 weeks ago now. So I'm beginning to wonder if that wasn't some kind of atmospheric, energetic, what was the fucking human doing, that weekend. I didn't look to think about that, but yeah, just definitely, it's just bizarre that I just got the all clear basically from her and then spent the weekend going, what damn, I guess, because she was like, or we can extend it, I just have to talk to your doctor. So I was, shit, I guess Monday we're going to have to extend this because something's still seriously wrong. And then yesterday, not so much, and this morning, yeah, no, nothing there. So I'm beginning to wonder if this weekend we didn't get zapped with a beam, or they kicked on the harp, or
something.
Schumann was going nuts. I see ears are ringing there in chat. I see
Logan.
Something. Was it Logan? Yeah, Logan saying his allergies was kicking his ass.
My dad used to tell me once upon a time if I were to complain about an ailment of some sort, you could always say if you smacked yourself with a hammer right in the big toe, it'd probably make your headache feel better or whatever.
Make that headache go right away. Yeah.
And that's what it sounds like you're doing with the stinging nettle. Like, I could appreciate the excruciating hell painful hands and arthritis can put you in. But stinging yourself with stinging nettle just introduces new kinds of hell. That's not going to help the old hell, too. You're just overlapping hells. And that's not a good thing. I think whoever told you that was being a real jerk. Sting yourself with stinging nettle. For the love of Pete. You pick some poison oak, you see, and you smack yourself in the face with it a few times, and that should help your arthritis.
You'll stop worrying about your arthritis for sure. Choco Sherry, the chocolate lady, herself says she was very off with the earth energy the last few days. So that's kind of what I'm starting to pick up on. That it may have been not just my arm, it may have been the whole bunch of us. I cannot believe, dude, like I was through with my coffee before you got through with the intro. I'm looking at it going, it's a sad little empty cup over there.
Just finished mine.
And the worst part is I didn't bring a bottle of water with me this morning, so I may have to give you a second of solo time and grab something to drink. I am parched.
That's quite all right.
Twice I've reached for it and almost drank the dregs of this ice and a little bit at the bottom. I'm like, I just can't do that. All right, I'll be right back.
I wish nettle didn't faze me. That's just the maddening kind of pain because there's nothing you can do. It feels like you should be able to fix it. Like you'd think scratching would help, but no, it's just there. Stinging nettle is a devil's handiwork.
Like fiberglass in your hands.
Exactly like fiberglass in your hands. As it embeds and works its way deep into your tissue. Aggravating and irritating as it goes. Yup. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Smoke the stinging nettle. Regina says it'll help you relax. But you better be making all that bank, Zach. They sure as shit better pay you well. Work outside like that all them days in a row. You know what they say it does to Zack if it's all work and no play?
Guns.
Wait, what?
All I heard was guns.
Go by heavy, but you have a good day. Yeah. I finally did it. I pulled the trigger, so to say.
Oh yeah?
I was gonna go play Red Dead, right? I thought, fuck it, I'll just buy a Henry repeater.
Nice.
Yeah. 38 special 357 magnums. It'll shoot. I got 9mm 357, 38 special, and 12 gauge covered. Need a couple more. And I'll be satisfied.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
Maybe a few more.
There were supposed to be some long rifles, some muzzle loaders up there at the house that was supposed to be passed down, but nobody knows quite where they'd run off to. I'm putting a lot of faith and hope in my...
They're definitely not cheap.
I was going to say, how much the hell... A Henry repeater can't be that fucking... 12? 9 to 12 is just my offhand guess without knowing the market or having looked and researched ever. That's just the intuitive guess is somewhere between 9 and 1,200. I'm going to look it up right now. Oh. Oh, that sesquicentennial edition is fucking gorgeous. So I was probably pretty close. If you're getting them straight from Henry.
It's H12.
The Explorer carbine, or H12X, you said?
Yeah.
Gotcha. The H12 is the Explorer carbine.
Lever action.
Yep. That's what I'm looking at. It's not
the lever
X.
action. Oh. Well, mine's the X. It comes with the I mean, I wanted the walnut stock and everything, but then I was like, you know what? This one comes with already with the rail systems, and it's got a different size. It's just different. Threaded for a suppressor. PK.
Now, do they offer that in a Winchester and a Marlin edition? I'm just curious. Or is that all just sort of one mechanism? Like I'm looking here at this Spirit of the Core 250th. It looks like they've got both versions.
I'm not sure.
And I don't even know if that's anything other than just the lever and the look of the lever that differentiates the Winchester from the Marlin.
Yeah, one's a little bit bigger.
A little rounder, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anything else. Now, those are nice, but a 22 caliber, I don't know if I'd want to buy one at a 22 caliber. I'm going to go plinking around with one of those.
No. That's why I went up to the 38 special 357 rounds. I was going to do the 44, but I like my shoulder.
Yeah, I learned to shoot with the Winchester 30-30, which should have been up there as well. But again, that's another one that's, I don't know where it went. Brother-in-law's a cop, so I'm assuming in my brain, if I were to try to read his mind, he wanted everything together in one place because it's a little bit safer to know where it all is and have it right there, because where it wasn't necessarily secure. I'm not surprised that they're not there now, because it was their kid's room and it was a little secret hidey spot behind the closet. It was really cool the way my dad built it. But it was just a little hidey hole back behind the closet, and that's where the guns were when I was there. And if they had kids there, I can see why you might not.
Good morning, gentlemen.
American Eagle's pretty nice too. That's pretty.
Andrew B.
What up, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew B?
Hey, I've been looking through this same kind of subject matter and just trying to find out just weird things. A little bit of a trivia question that I did not know the answer to by any stretch of the imagination. What is the most common lawsuit filed in the United States?
Personal injury.
Wow. Holy shit. Wow, Zach. You never cease to amaze me. Yeah.
People are fucking retarded. Oh, I slipped and fell on your property. I'm going to sue you. That's why this country's been going to shit ever since the 80s. Sorry, we were talking about this the other day. People suing people. It's ridiculous. That's why kids can't go play in other people's yards and shit like that, and fields, and go playing in ponds and ice skating anymore. Because people are scared that if they fall and get hurt, that parents are gonna sue them. Oh, sorry, I hit a nerve.
No, I'm asking that question in order to hit a nerve some people, because some people are parents, and according to these different legal websites, personal injury claims are the most common type of lawsuit filed in the United States, accounting for roughly 40% of all private civil cases.
That is
These
sick.
suits arise when someone is injured due to another person's negligence, with common types of including motor vehicle accidents, slip and fall incidents, and medical malpractice. Wow, it's like 3 different categories. That's the number one, 40%. That's a pretty large margin. I don't think anyone here has ever filed one of those types of lawsuits. I don't even know what the process would be. Oh, just
you speak to an attorney.
Call the number on a billboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually there's going to be one
number
chasing an ambulance. You can just stop him when the ambulance hits a red light.
I was just trying to bring a little bit of a brevity aspect of knowledge and technical at the same time.
So if I would have said tort, a tort claim is probably the one most commonly brought to the court. Wouldn't that be true as well?
I have no idea. I am not an attorney yet.
Because I think a personal injury is a tort claim. Because you're claiming actual damages. So I think if you were to categorize it legally, I'd say tort.
Yeah, that one I'm
cherry tort.
Not super knowledgeable about.
I like them nice and tort.
I hope everyone is doing well and fine.
I'm at least doing one of those.
To... there you go.
How about you? How are you?
All right, here's my next. I am a little bit stoned right now.
Word. Me too.
Doing squats and push-ups.
Oh, fuck leg day, boys.
Military.
Yeah.
I don't do. All right. You just got me on it. There's no such thing as leg and arm day or back and arm day. No. If you ask anyone that's professional in regards to football, wrestling, basketball, the military, even, well, I'm going to go with that for the time being. They don't do that. Every day is every day. It's everything. And the nutrition is paramount. I always thought it was weird when people, oh yeah, it's arm day. Okay, cool. and I can still bench press and run faster than them, do more dips, push-ups, whatever. I think it's the worst type of information that could be pressed out in regards to the actual, oh, I want to learn how to do more of this. Oh, yeah, we'll just do it once or twice per week. No, do it every day. I know I might have triggered some people, but it's true.
So I saw an old exercise, a piece of exercise equipment that I think we've all seen. Probably none of us have ever used, but it's making a comeback, which I thought was really interesting. You ever seen the old black and white, like stock footage of the housewives standing up on the machine with like the belt and it wraps around their waist and jiggles them back and forth? And you're like, how in the fuck?
I had one in the back room in the trailer that we would fight over trying to play with when we were kids.
You think
was there a sex toy involved in that?
Nope.
Not at
One
all.
person at a time. But I always wondered how in the hell that was supposed to like work any muscles. How is that a piece of exercise?
I think it's the same concept as how where people can attach these different types of electrodes to their stomach, very similar to how women will experience childbirth. And I'm not a woman because women have, their parts.
Wait, how'd you jump from electrodes on
contractions, muscle contractions.
Muscle contractions, yes.
Okay.
Nope, that's not what this is.
Divert too quickly.
You know what they were doing?
What?
Standing up on the machines and jiggling around like that. They didn't think they were losing weight. They didn't think it was making them slim. I'm going to say it. You're going to be like, well, duh. Those machines were designed to help drain your lymphatic system. That's what they were doing. I thought they were thought that this is how stupid the world of exercise was back then, that they thought that's how you built muscle. And that's why you don't see them around today, because everybody knows now that's just stupid. You don't build muscle that way. But turns out that's not at all what they were doing. A stupid assumption on my part.
There might be something to it.
To lymphatic draining? Yeah, that's what I've heard. Probably a good idea to not let that shit get stagnant.
I've never tried it.
Nor I.
Has anyone here tried it? Anyone?
I've not. I've got a bottle of some supplements that are supposed to help with the draining of the lymph nodes and the lymphatic system. And I figured once I get started on those, there's some good exercises, basically just doing the same thing the machines did. Just jiggle yourself around, move, do big movements, big open movements, and get stuff going, get that lymphatic system activated and moved around a little bit. That's not just so sedentary.
Okay, so my follow-up question to this topic, because I had a very controversial debate over the weekend with a coworker in regards to these alleged astronauts that are up in this place that we don't ever go to. Well, yeah, they can go on this particular exercise system. So now, yeah, it's one of those things where when you ask them that, they have to stop and think and then just make up a bunch of bullshit excuses. Yeah, granted, they weren't prepared for the question. And then after that, the answer kind of falls flat. Pun intended.
But
Yeah, I mean, how many times can somebody lie to you and you still believe them? Just boldly believe them.
Am I married to this person or not?
I was married to NASA. Fuck you. Well, I used to be. But I did break up with NASA officially.
I mean, they've been caught so many times and they're still so bad at it. Yeah, it's crazy that I don't. I mean, I get people still believe it because they've never actually gone in and analyzed it. They're too busy in imagination land and wonder, like childlike wonder, to actually critically think about what they're seeing. It's more of a movie to them than reality when they're watching NASA.
Yeah, there's a weird thing that happens, and by no means of the imagination am I going to say I'm a professional in it. But when it comes to the subjects of the brain and information and how it's stored during dreams and active learning versus active, like I'm going to go driving down the road. There's 4 different aspects of it. And some people just love the subconscious, also known as the creative subconscious. It's really unfortunate that some people are so addicted to their phones that they will perceive that as reality versus what's actually happening in their personal life. I'm sure everyone has seen this in the past, and I will take this to my grave. Cell phones are useful in many different ways, but for the most part, I would say 80% of the people that use cell phones are they're worthless citizens. I don't care what their education level is. When I see people being hit by another car because someone's walking through an intersection with their phone in their face, this is a problem. Not a little problem.
Just watched a girl fight the police. I mean, she already knew she was being arrested. Didn't start anything. Took her purse and went through it. Pissed her off, but, you know, she got over it. But when they took her cell phone, oh my God. She thought she was going to go to jail with her cell phone. Like this girl said cell phone like 500 times in 2 minutes. My cell phone, my cell phone, my cell phone.
And
I don't. Oh my God.
It doesn't really matter what the color of their skin is, but if I may ask.
No. She was a young black girl. Universal Studios. They got caught breaking, they like hopping the fence. And yeah, as soon as they went to go, you know, take the phone out of her hand so she could sit in the car and go to jail. No, she said that's against the law. You can't take her phone away from her. No, but I've seen it. Yeah, it doesn't. Color don't matter. I've seen the young white people the same exact way. It's like that phone cannot leave their hand.
Yeah, it's like a third arm.
You committed a crime against them.
I think you mean an extension of their arm, Andrew. A third arm is a little different.
No, I mean they kind of.
I think you're thinking about a third leg.
Why? Thank you.
I mean, like an arm that's coming out of their head, holding their cell phone, and they only have 2 eyes. I don't know how to properly explain it, what I always tell everyone, take one day, take your cell phone, put it at home, and then from there, just go for a walk. Yeah, go for a 3 or 4 hour walk and just notice what's going on around you. A lot of people can't do that. Professional athletes cannot do that if they have a phone in their face because they're required to notice their surroundings, their checks and balances. Most people, they don't care. Oh, car accident? I don't care. Oh, I just killed someone? Personal safety is becoming less. They don't even give a shit. Which is why I'm not going to be a teacher for much longer. I'm going to go back into something else.
I've seen all kinds of teachers talking about these students are, I mean, there is no better word for it. They're retarded. They have been mentally retarded by the cell phones, they said it's like the information goes from their eyes to their fingertips, but never passes through their brain. Like the storing part of your brain where you hold information and remember it. She was talking about, like, they just wrote this on the board. She told them to write it down in their notes and then ask them that question, a couple minutes later. Told them, it's on the board. It's in your notes. And more than half the children just looked at her with like a blank stare. She says 2 out of 111 that can read proficiently, 17 that are only a couple years behind, 55 that are at like a 3rd grade reading level, and she teaches 8th grade. And then I forget how many that just can't read at all. It's crazy.
Yeah, really sad. It's the hardest part of my job. It's the hardest and easiest part. Meaning that I can discover very quickly who is retarded. All they have to do.
It's not the children's fault. It's not. I think I blame it on the parents.
I do. I totally agree.
So many parents, like back in the day, there wasn't social media for parents to sit there and waste 4 or 5 hours a day on. So they would spend it up with their children, doing flashcards or this or that, or, writing lessons or whatever. We used to do them all the time when I was young. But now there's so many of these young people who don't even work 40 hours a week, but still don't have enough time to do anything. You look at their phone and they do social media like 4 to 5 hours a day. These are the adults with children, 4 to 5 hours of social media a day. What are you doing? I mean, I listen to YouTube videos while I'm working and stuff, but it's not scrolling through Facebook and messaging and this and that, blah, 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 blah. I put on a podcast or something, get to work. But the whole, I don't know, it's crazy. I almost wish we could not have, go back, everybody just flip phones. No more smartphones.
I have said that so many times. No, what if I need a cell phone for my kid or something? Well, just get a flip phone.
Yeah, flip phone.
They're super cheap. They still have internet access. The battery life lasts around 3 times as long. And the signal power is much more powerful. Oh, wow. But I can't allow my son or daughter to access pornography? or Facebook or an Instagram, at that point, I give up at that point.
Well, it's their babysitter. They don't want to get rid of their babysitter. You know, they put that thing in front of their little child's face and they just melt into it for the next 3 hours. There's a lot of that going on too. I mean, like 4-year-olds that are running 3 iPads at the same time. Playing a game, watching a show, and then doing something else with another one.
At the table next to you in the restaurant.
Yeah.
The problem I've noticed a lot is when there's parents that are just, I'll pull into the grocery store and then they'll pull into the spot right in front of me or next to me. And all I'm doing is going through my shopping list as to what I need. And in the meantime, there are 2 or 3 kids in the car and all they're doing is looking at their cell phone, including the mom. And I will actually, the delay from me exiting my car is I'm just looking at them. And everyone's on their cell phone. This is Wall-E. This is idiocracy. This isn't semi-full effect. I think we're fucked. I don't know what to do about it other than just to tell everyone. Yeah, I think we're fucked. I don't use my cell phone like that.
I have a feeling we're in the before time right now.
The what time?
In the before time?
Oh, like a reset situation? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like, this isn't going to keep going on the way it's going. No, I've always looked at all the movies about the whole, you know, apocalyptic society, blah, 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 Mad Max type shit. I always thought, hogwash. Ain't no way. But half the children out there weren't being dumped down at such a level back then. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with all these people.
I have a slight answer. But it's also very out in the open and
there's only so many manual labor jobs out there.
Yeah, one of them is the military, which is stepping up recruitment for these sort of positions.
Yeah, but don't you have to be able to read to be in the military?
A Marine? No.
No. So here's my thing that I don't know. It's just, what I've come across and looked at and dug into, and it's like this. When your focus is trying to create a slave force to create the wealth and the energy and the basically the energy that you feed off of, you don't want them to live a long life because they gain wisdom. You don't want them to have access to real knowledge or real information, so you feed them a bunch of fucking space stories and aliens are coming and fucking distract. You feed them the fucking shit, and so you start out feeding it to them through newspapers and radio and car radio, and now we got CDs and tapes and records, and now we got TV, and now we got 3D TV, and now we got a TV that's like the size of the side of your fucking home, and now let's just put a fucking TV in everybody's hand, and they can walk around with it attached to them, and yeah, that's the plan. This is their plan. This is what they want. They want a stupid, fucked up, sick, hurting, painful, miserable existence for everybody to trot along in, creating plastic crap. Buy this, buy that. You need this. This is going to make you happy. This is the one. This is the thing you've been trying to find. It's going to fix it all for you. Buy this. I've got it. This will be the supplement. This will be the salve. This will be the fucking this app. Oh, this fucking app's the app you've been needing. It's going to figure out how to declutter your home and how to fucking structure your day. And you want some AI on that? Let's look a little sprinkle of AI on that, because that'll really help you. You can ask it questions. Just stop making decisions for yourself. Just home out into, like you said, Andy, fucking Wally. So we can all be in our little fat chair with the toilet built in and leave me alone, I'm baiting. I mean, that's the plan. This is what they wanted. But, I sound pessimistic, so I'll stop.
You're not being pessimistic. You're being logically accurate in regards to things that are being shown to people. And a lot of people, they don't care. There's multiple psychological disorders associated with people that cannot get off their cell phones. And my challenge is for everyone to take your cell phone, turn it off, and leave it at home, and do something for one day without a cell phone. And unfortunately, what happens within maybe 30 minutes, maybe less, when they know that effect is going to be happening, they disagree with it. It's fucked up. I've tested this in the past.
It's a great weapon.
Nomophobia. A phobia is the irrational fear of something, meaning you're scared of it because it's not causing you immediate harm. And I challenge everyone here, hearing my voice, to try it. I did it for 3 months.
Oh, I saw some instant karma yesterday. It was great. So I worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with this new crew out of North Carolina. Friday and Saturday, they're being real cool, moving their trucks to go take their lunch, getting off the road when they could. I was like, man, these guys are awesome. They're just all about trying to make it, safe and as easy on us as possible. Well, Sunday came around. They decided they were going to go on their lunch, just leave the trucks in the road, yada, yada, yada. They sat at one pole for over 4.5 hours just trying to get the pole on the ground. They couldn't get it in. They ran to a bunch of roots and all this shit, couldn't dig the new hole. Just a shit. Oh, it was a shit show. They wanted to get 5 poles done at least that day. They got 2. As soon as they did that to us and then went to go work on that second pole, nothing went right. Yeah, dude, I just helped a monk. You guys messed up. My karma meter's overflowing right now. Yeah, it pays to be nice to people. It really does. I'm thinking of doing it's not really an experiment. I might start gathering data. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. And it's going to be measuring the pleasantness of people in the area. I figure I get a good smorgasbord of all different kinds of people that I see every single day. rich people, poor people, black people, white people, Asian, whatever. Women, men. There is no, everybody drives for the most part, right? But not everybody waves. Most people don't wave. But I wanted to get a percentage of the amount of people who wave. I don't even really want to get into like demographic or male, female, or what kind of car you're driving. None of that stuff. That would be hard to do. But just wave or not wave as they're passing by. And
So I
just
grew up
kind
in
of get
Central. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No,
I grew up in Central Mississippi down dirt roads, country roads. We all knew each other, or you knew somebody knew them, or everybody was like friendly, and you waved and waved. And then when we were all around, well, not all of us, when I was around 11 or so, most of the family that I'm associated and talking about with there are all part of this company, the oil field company. They were based out of Shreveport, Louisiana, which was, you know, for us, a huge town, big old city, big old place. And so we all moved there, and we went from our country upbringing to this city life. And in that city life, people didn't wave. And we spent probably our first couple of years there, you know, waving. Hey, how you doing? Waving. Nobody waved back. We quit waving. Then when I was probably around 18, moved back to that same little Central Mississippi area, St. Martinville. And me and my cousin, who I was like, we were best friends. We shared a place together, worked the same week on, week off. We were buddies. We hung out, we partied, we had a blast. And we would take off to go somewhere, and inevitably we'd pass somebody and they'd wave, like meeting us in a car, which is a glimpse. Like that's a glimpse. That's not like somebody sitting on the porch and you're walking by, or like you're both walking down a country road or any of that. That's you're in the car, they're in the car, meeting head on a back country road or dirt road, a 2-lane highway, and you wave at each other for that half a second. Uh-huh. And it took us a year probably to get back in the habit of waving at people again. So yeah, it's definitely, it has a lot to do with what's going on around you. To me anyway, that's definitely what was going on back then. That was like late 80s, early 90s. Late 70s, early 80s. I'm talking that far back.
Yeah, well, I remember after I was living in the country for like 7 years, I went back into town. I'm riding around with my cousin, like, dude, quit waving at people. You're being weird. What's wrong with you?
Right, and looking at you funny.
Yeah. Like, I don't know you. Why the hell are you waving at me? Yeah. Got a lot of that.
Rizzo said good morning. Mom's the first one here. That's rare. She's usually the last one to come through. Huh. Hey, real quick in chat, just left turn, sorry. Is there, Ian, maybe anybody, I don't know who can help me with this, but with her, since day one, it's been this whole thing where she will let you pick her up for like half a second, then it's like, put me down right now. And she'll come here, and it's all about love. She'll tap my arm. She'll, do the gentle love bite. And I can rub her from one end to the other, do the loop from her tail to her head. She'll start arching her head back to meet my hand, like she's doing right now. She's the sweetest kitty ever. When she came back, she was literally standing up on my shoulders, hugging me. But she don't want to be on the lap. I get that. Some cats don't. But when it's time for flea meds, which is just a couple of little tiny drops on the back of the neck, takes half a second. There's no pain involved. There's no sharp needle. There's nothing shoved down the throat. Nothing like detrimental. She flips the fuck out to the point that when it's time for flea meds, I just go into this like existential, like just, I'm dreading.
Over an operation.
Dude, it's a whole thing where I have to grab her, sneak up on her, get her when she's eating, trick her with a treat, and I feel terrible. I feel like I'm betraying her, and it's going to break our trust and our cycle of love that we've got going on. And yes, Laura, I get it. It's bad. It's poison. But when you have 5 inside cats, you got to do something. And I've done all the attempts at nature. I did all the attempts with diatomaceous earth. In fact, I moved something under the sink a couple days ago, and there was a big old, just a drift of the diatomaceous earth where I like put it everywhere. Like I had it every cabinet, under every surface. I tried it all. Tried all the natural ways. It don't work out. So if you can come up with a better idea that's going to work for my 5 cats and my living arrangement, definitely send me some links because I've tried it all. I've tried
the same way.
I've tried apple cider
tried
vinegar.
everything.
I've tried, I mean, anything. I've tried it all. You know, so when it gets overwhelming and their health is at risk, then I have to do something. And when it started becoming like the issue where the fleas were outdoing us and the worms from them eating the fleas, and they develop the internal worms that are then like literally falling, you know, out of their rear, like right here on my little surface, and I look down, there's a little inchworm. It's like I can't have that. It's going to wind up getting inside me somehow, you know. So, oh wait, let me go see what they're saying. I saw my name up. Yeah, I mean, it's not like even before, like I said, like the first few weeks when we still really didn't even know what to do about fleas or anything like that, she's always been like, she was an outside cat at first. So she was already like, you know, semi-feral. She just happened to be the sweetest one over there when it came time for us to get a cat. Just, you know, our luck, she got here pregnant, and now here we are, all these kitties later. But as you see, she's the sweetest thing ever. She loves Daddy to death. I just want to be able to get her dealt with. Like right now, I'm worried about the flea issue because the heat's coming back. Grass cutting is happening, which usually is what drives them under my house, and then they start coming up through the floorboards and getting more in the house, and then it's a whole thing where I've got to either use the poison in the house or try the neem, and there's this stuff out there now that's steam something. It's all natural and safe for your pets, and I spray it everywhere, and fleas still hopping, you know. So it becomes either I deal with them and get them done with the bad stuff, and it's over, and we're good for like the next 6-8 months, or I deal with this like they're everywhere and they're having worms, and it's the whole thing. And again, when it comes to when it comes to the point where it's their health or a little bit of poison, I mean, what do I do? You know, trust me, I go through emotional roller coaster, even having to take one of them to a vet. I don't want to do. I don't trust doctors. Why do I want to trust a vet? You know. And I can tell a doctor what's wrong with me. They can't, you know, and I can tell the doctor, you're full of shit. Your medicine don't work. They can't, you know. So yeah, it's already an emotional roller coaster just having to do these things with cats, which I've never done. Never taken a animal to the vet. You know, my mom did a couple times with certain animals. In fact, we used to joke that we'd come in with like, you know, an arm hanging off, and Mom would just grab the duct tape. As soon as the cat had a little sniffle, she was at the vet. That was a going joke when we were like in our teens. So, but yeah, she definitely is just don't want Daddy to put that old stuff on her, and Daddy don't want to put it on her. No, I don't want to put that old bad stuff. And like I've got everybody else done for the month right now. Everybody in the house is done except for her. And so then I have to keep an open one right over there, and an open one in there next to my chair, and an open one in the bathroom where she comes to visit, so that I can subtly reach over and grab it while I've got her, and then clamp down on her scruff and listen to her yaw while I finally can get it on. Or she flips out so much that I don't want to hold on to her because I feel terrible, and I let her go, and then it's a whole like day of me saying, I'm sorry, baby, and giving her treats, and she forgives me. But at some point, I'm worried she's not going to, because I see that happen in a lot of, you know, little stories I watch with Jackson Galaxy. And Michelle's looking at me like I'm crazy right now because of this. She knows I'm so emotionally psychotic about these fucking cats.
Eat them, Shell.
She did. She rolled her eyes when she went by. Don't worry. I got the full eye roll from top to bottom.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, Mommy don't know, huh? Mommy don't know. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, huh? Being an old independent kitty. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. She's playing me. Yeah, she probably is. You're right. You're right, Laura. She is. Huh. He just messing with daddy. The other fun thing, while we're on cat news, is I went out yesterday to feed the outside cats, and there's always the ritual of, like, when I go out to get their bowls to come wash them, 2 or 3 of them are in there waiting for me on the washer or dryer. And so I ran my hand, just normal pet, and I could feel the birds. I'm like, oh, that's that time of year. So I began to ease, and then I realized, like, it was literally like every inch of my baby was covered with, and it's the little tiny one, not the big ones you can see and easily grab and pull out. It's those little tiny ones that work in deep right next to the skin and just hang on. And when you pet, it sticks them, so they freak out. And yeah, I spent about an hour yesterday really slowly petting the head and easing them out. Man, it was miserable. I still have work to do on him. Poor buddy.
Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah. Flea bang. I don't know that one. Flea bang, a daisy-like plant. Okay, I'll have to look that up, Jerry. Thank you. Oh, I'll look that one up right now. Hey. There are some things out there that I've read about, looked into. Flea bang daisies. There you go. Let's see if I can find it. Or an easy way to get a hold of it, not just in a flower, because I'm not an alchemist like you guys are. Yeah, I'm just finding flowers. I'm not finding any for sale, or if I can get it in a product for my cat. Yeah, no, nothing that I can find. I'd have to make something. But there's a lot about it for sure. Info-wise. Yeah, I do that too, Minty. That little comb, that's me and Bender. That's our little ritual in there. He'll hop up where I can get to him, and I'll just sit there and tell him what a good boy he is while I'm easing the comb through his face and head and all them areas he can't get to. And I've got my little soapy water dish ready to go to drown them and work on them a little bit more. Treat manipulation. It's possible. It's possible. That being said, she's the less treat hungry cat I've ever seen. Like, I'll throw some little treats down and, like, here comes Bender. That's number one. The boy is there for the treat. It don't matter what flavor it is, what version it is, except for the little dried minnows. They did not like, none of my inside cats liked the actual dried minnows, which shocked me. Because if it's like a little, seafood taste and flavored little treat, they're usually all about it. But I saw these, I'm like, what? This is as good as it can be, right? Straight up real fish, dried up, ready to go. No, he don't play that. They don't, none of them. The outside cats love them, but these don't at all. Shocked me. In fact, I saw one the other day when I was sweeping up, where I put some there on the floor when I was sweeping. I saw a little fish go into the bucket. I'm like, wow, they still aren't eating this one that was over in the corner, which you would think they would be trying to dig and hunt it and all that. Nope, none of that. None of that. There's a brand out there called Salty Cat, and they make these little freeze-dried chicken pieces and freeze-dried tuna pieces and the freeze-dried little minnows. And like when you open the minnows, you smell them. They're real. Or when you open the tuna one, it's like, oh my goodness, I got to hold my head back now. So they're definitely real meat freeze-dried for them. It's really good. And they're inexpensive. It's not like some of that crazy stuff we see when we go to the real quote-unquote pet store, where they've got like strips of filet mignon and little freeze-dried packs for the cat. I'm like, it must be nice to be a one-cat family and can feed your cat a $30 treat. What is this? Sticky what? It just moved. Sticky Willies. I don't know that one. Is that a thing, or you just that's just a phrase I should know?
It's a thing if you know what you're doing. Not everybody gets one.
I can't find any flea vein extract. If I did, I would order it probably. Send me a link if you find it, sir. I didn't look it up that exact way, though. I just did flea vein products, but I didn't get anything back. I just still got more pictures and how to make stuff to use it for astringents and respiratory support, all the stuff you can do with it, but just no way to actually get any. Oh, and this is Canadian flea vein. Is that the same as the Egyptian version? I don't know. See, I need more info here. Oh, wait. Organic daisy flea vein tincture extract on Etsy. So that's someone making it, I would guess. I found some. Cool. I don't know if it's for me or for the cat, though. I think that's for me. Oh, yeah. Sip it slowly. This is for people. I'll look into it. I'll dig around. I don't want to take up the whole show looking at flea vein. Too many tabs open again. Yeah, Sticky Willies. I get you. That's what they're called, right? Man, it's making me flashback to this park in Shreveport when I was a teenager. Like 12, 13, still young enough to want to go play with my brother and sister at a park and cut up. And like the park there, it's not Clyde Vance Parkway. It's kind of like the the road kind of like splits into like left lane, right lane, and there's this big V, and in the middle they put like a park, sort of, where they had like disc golf set up, the big metal chain catch it thing. Real loud. That's where I learned how to play frisbee golf. And you walked under a little tunnel of the 4-lane road to get to the other part of the park, which was set next to Clyde Vance. The amphitheater. Anyway, which was right behind the hospital, and there was like these bluffs, and they had these like city ordinance things posted, don't climb on the bluffs, and of course we immediately would be climbing on the bluffs. And for me, it was like climbing mountains. We were kids, so it was like mountains for us. It was awesome. And like one day we were out there, we cut through the underpass, we got over to the park, we climbed the hills, and then where the playground equipment was all sand. And, flashing back to not growing up, but spending like 3 years in Miami when we were like 11, I was like 11, 10, 11, and 12. Loving the sand in my feet, would pull off our shoes and go running through that sand. And like took 2 good run jumps into the sand, 1, 2, and the screaming began. Me, my brother, my sister, all like, ah! Mom was like, stop, because she knew what was going on. We didn't. And apparently there's a thing, it's a sand burr. They're like, the size of like a jelly bean, about that size, nice size fucking burr, spike, fucking in your foot. You can't grab it and pull it out because then it sticks in your fingers, and you're like, dude, that's one of the most. We were trying to figure out how to hop side-footed out of the sand, looking for them, get back to the grass where there weren't any, and then sit down and began to figure out how to get them the fuck off us, man. That was something else. Never had nothing like that happen. And we knew that time of year, whenever like spring was kicking off and these little burr seed pods, whatever the fuck they were out there. We didn't go to that part, but damn sure. Oh man, that was miserable. Oh wait, what is this? Spikenard root extract for flea. Lincoln Thames. Thank you, Melissa. We go back to Teams. Nice. Oh, check that out. Now, is this something I'll have to apply, or is this something that'll be in their food, water type thing? I'll read about it. Thank you so much, Melissa. If anybody else dropped the link, I missed it. Just say the word. Yeah, probably. That's probably what they were. Let me go see.
Well, gents, I gotta get rolling here. I got paperwork to do in this job. I gotta be there before 7.
All right.
This one.
You have a safe day.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll try. I'm just gonna keep thinking about my new gun. It'll get me through.
I hear you, brother. Oh, Sandburrs.
All right.
Call.
All right, love you. Have a good day, Zach.
I love y'all. Later on.
Oh, yep, that's them. Oh, I'm flashing back. Oh my God, PSTD. Here, yeah, that's them. Yeah. Oh God. Let me go back to the call and share. How do I share? Here's how I share. What's up, Nuka? Yeah, there they are. Here, can I make it bigger?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Are. Yeah. Oh man, what did I do?
What up, Doom?
Messed it up. What's up, Doom? There they are, Sandburrs. There they are. Oh my God, there they are. You see them? You see those spikes? Those aren't just like little spurs to get caught in your fur and run around and drop later. That's stick in you. That's in you. That's planning on being in you. That's not trying to hook onto you. Because those things I'm pulling off the cat, if you work easy enough, you can ease them out without pulling the hair, hurting the cat, any of that. That thing, you don't get that off easy. That is like, yeah, that's nature's torture device right there. All right, I'm sorry. I'll stop. What's up, Nuke? How you doing, brother? Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
I don't think so. He's muted. There he goes.
I'm here. How are you? Oh my
I'm
God.
good.
Sorry. My cat is climbing the curtains. Give me a sec.
The good old days.
Yeah.
I'm just reading about the sandburrs, how the tips can break off when you're trying to remove them. It'll be stay inside the skin and cause irritation for weeks. And they definitely did. Okay, I got to stop. I'm going to have nightmares about these fucking things. All right, what is this? Oh, that's the spike knot. Okay, I got that ready to go.
Sorry, guys.
You're good, brother. I think we're all multitasking right now.
So how's things? How's everyone doing?
Not too bad.
Not bad.
Has Zack made it to Ethiopia yet?
To Ethiopia? I don't think so. Was he headed that way?
Not yet.
He was looking for a Bible to read for sure. I don't know if he was
that's right.
planning on a walkabout just yet, but he might be planning one. He's armed up, so he might be getting ready.
So what's new in America? You guys planning on bombing anyone else?
I'm not planning on doing that.
I mean, it's hard to say. It's only 5:30 in the morning.
Right. Ron motherfucker pulls out in front of me doing 5 miles an hour, you know. So big a hurry to pull out, but then do 5 miles. You never know. If I'm carrying what's that big thing you throw over your shoulder and launch the big rockets from? I know there's a word for it.
Rocket launcher.
It's too early. There you go. That's not it, but that's good enough.
Maybe an RPG.
That's the one. RPG. Thank you. Ooh, man.
Rocket propelled grenade.
There you go. I think Walk to Ethiopia was Joe Bonamassa's third album, I think. No, I don't know. It just sounds like a blues record.
What's new in your part of the world, sir? We get to hear about boring old America all the time. We get tired of that. You have an exciting life there. Apparently not.
Apparently he's gone. Got better things to do than hang out with us.
Cat. Oh, did he have to go get the cat? He completely left the call. That's cool. I'm trying to one-hand type here. Ah, there we go. Hey, Mama, you back? You come to say goodbye to everybody? It's getting close. Yeah, it's getting close.
Huh. There it is.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Yeah. Yeah. She's a good little girl. Yeah. Yeah, she's a good old girl. It's my sweetie. She's like, just hurry up and feed me, dude.
They're fucking around.
I got her here. I got Theo over there. I'm surprised the boy hasn't arrived yet. He's usually the first line. Yeah, we lost Andrew. We lost Luca. We lost Zack. It's just you and me. Guess I better go look at that old tile.
Look at
yeah. I forgot I was freaking out when I typed all that shit there in the soap after I dropped that story about Sam Key. I was having a rough time. So researchers, this is such a fucking dumb story. Researchers have identified the simplest way to help your cat live longer. Anyone want to guess what that might be?
Feed it.
Have them inside. No, just have them be an inside cat.
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it.
Two-thirds of all, apparently this is from an Australian website, The Independent.
All right.
Yeah, Australian. Because it's talking about how 2/3 of all Australian cat owners have had a cat die while out roaming. Oh, so this is people who let their cats out, in and out, kind of thing. Which at first I thought I was going to be able to do, and then I realized that that's how we lost so many cats that were outside cats was with all the trucks passing during grinding, they just weren't going to make it through. So yeah, in one study of 55 free-roaming felines in the United States, 25% risked poisoning by eating or drinking while away from home, nearly half while crossing roads, 25% encountered other cats, 20% crawled under houses. Well, yeah, that's what they do. 20% explored storm drains. So this is just all the different ways cats can lose a life out of their 9. So basically, yeah, long story short, keep your cat in. Keep them inside or contained on your property. That doesn't mean keeping them inside all the time. It means that you can modify your back door, your backyard with fence top roller. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'll create a prison yard for my cat. Inside, razor wire.
Yep. 2 levels of, right. 2 layers of fencing.
Yeah.
Guard towers.
Where you don't know. Right. Fuck yeah. That's crazy. That's their solution, though, is build a fucking compound for your cat. That's just insane. I've never heard of such a thing. I just thought it was funny enough that their whole point was like, yeah, inside cats much safer than outside cats. Come on, really? I never put that shit together by myself. Thank you, story. Oh, that was the Chuck Norris story. I wonder why it had no picture. You know, he was dead for 25 years. It just took that long for death to get the nerve up to tell him. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to.
I don't believe you did.
I didn't. You're right. You're right. I didn't at all. So apparently, if you're not lucky enough to have an amazing, amazing person that gives you a great share of their YouTube premium plan, I'm looking at you, Justin Millentano. If you're still stuck with YouTube ads and keep getting the warning for trying to run an ad blocker, well, apparently there's a bit of a workaround. Apparently, if you get yourself a VPN, I'm not going to advertise this one they're trying to force me into, but there is a VPN they're offering here that's $1.99 per month, apparently. Not bad. Anyway, if you use a VPN, for like maybe doing the movie watching trick that you guys all like to do, you can also use that VPN to spoof your location so that YouTube thinks you are in Albania. By spoofing your location to Albania, you are going to see almost no ads because apparently YouTube's partnerships don't extend to the country and the servers there in Albania. I'm trying to see if there's any details. So you just choose a VPN with servers in Albania. Not every VPN offers Albanian servers, so check this out before you sign up to yours. The ones they're, saying are all good choices here. Well, I'll just tell you guys, or not, whatever. Proton VPN, ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and Surfshark all offer servers that are in Albania. Once you get your Albanian VPN up and running, connect to one of those locations, open YouTube, and start watching. YouTube will assume you're in Albania, and they do not have partnerships there for the... Yeah, so this guy says if you watch it every day, all day, you eventually might see one commercial, but he's been at it for a number of months now and is yet to see a single commercial. So there you go. Now, I'm not telling anybody to sideswipe YouTube ads or anything like that. I'm just offering, if you want to see some programming maybe outside your normal range of programming, go to Albanian YouTube. I'll drop this for you guys because it comes from Tom's Guide. If you're not familiar with Tom's Guide, by the way, it's really good for like keeping your computer up to date, keeping programs that work, like cleaning file, really good stuff all around, phone stuff. It's been one I've been on since Paul told me about it. Oh shit, about 12 years ago? I don't know. I can't find an easy share though, because this link is too huge. Why? There we go. I knew there would be a copy link somewhere if I could dig around. Got that in the chat.
Hello again. Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi, Catman. What's happening? Oh, that's too long.
Finally fixed the wire with duct tape. Well, my cats chewed it. So it's working for now.
That's why I'm walking around with a brain tumor the size of a small cantaloupe, brother. Because I got tired of paying for freaking headsets every other day as my cats chewed the wire between me and the computer, or me and the audio interface, or me and my phone, whatever it might be. Yeah. And then not too long ago, I thought, well, they've outgrown that. They don't do that no more. They don't chew wires behind the computer anymore like they did when they ruined my stereo speakers here. They don't do that. So I'm going to go with these nice studio monitors I bought just for my music to do recording and all that. And I put them on. I think I was mid-show with you guys when Ripley chewed in front. No, it was when I was playing with Paul and Amanda and loving and oh, my sweetie. And then suddenly I went away. They said, we knew as soon as you went away what happened. I'm like, yep, she chewed it right in half while I was talking to y'all. So I'm back on my earbuds. I'm not recommending that to anybody else. Again, the cantaloupe's getting quite hot right now. But yeah, the cats love the wires, my friend.
They need to learn to unlove it.
Good luck. Good luck. And then the thing is, as soon as you hang up, you'll go grab that play toy, the stick with the little dangly toy on the end. And what's between that stick and that dangly toy? a fucking wire that they see. It looks just like the other wire. I can play with it. I can chew on it. Fucker, I'm chewing through your headphones.
I didn't hear your answer. You guys are going to be bombing more people.
I told you I wasn't planning on it. I got it out of my system and I can stop now. Okay. You do understand it's not us, right? You do know that, right? That we don't have a say. You
to
do.
The world, it's all of you.
I know. We're the dicks. That's why I tell everybody I'm from Canada. Me and Ian are both Canadian.
Here's the culprit. No more chewing wires.
Oh, culprit. That's such a good word. What was that song? I'm going to have to go find a song now. Hang on.
Say hello to the people. So, how's the dollar doing?
Good question. No clue.
Silver's down. I can tell you that much. Because, you know, when you decide to buy in the dip, it always drops a little lower when you do that. If you know,
all I
you
can
know.
All I can tell is it's dropping. It's dropping, but my currency is dropping way faster than the dollar. So I'm finally making some good money again. Oh, don't be sorry. It's great.
It's working? Okay, as long as it works for you. Over here, it makes milk cost $6, so I don't know about over there.
If I'm able to come on IRONWORX, the dollar's doing its job.
It's doing good?
Not on
okay.
here, it's bad.
Okay. Well, that'll be our economic dipstick, I guess, going forward. Where's Nuka? Oh, shit. Let me go get that gold out of the attic.
Where did Zack go? I thought he was there.
He's working. He's doing like 85 days straight, I think, something like
that.
Okay. And have we ever found Liz again? Or is she permanently gone?
What did I see with Liz just recently? Oh, something on Facebook when I saw that our buddy Connie had sent a little reel, I think they call them. Oh, that's what the shorts are on YouTube. I mean on Facebook. She sent a reel to me, message, so I had to go see it on Facebook, and that's usually when I go, oh, I know that person, and read something, and it was Liz hanging out with Cami. So is she still here in the States? Is that what's going on?
No, I think that's an old one. Back? That was a shot from 2025, I think, when they were hanging out with Melissa, as I recall. I think you saw a post from Cami. Yeah, I think she just posted an old one.
Oh, well, there you go.
Give an accidental alchemist a big old shout out.
Right, that's what I was saying. I saw they were all, she'd gone back home, as far as I know. Yeah, we don't really know where she has been of late. When she's not here, I mean.
Oh, okay. And
maybe she's like Alan. We stopped talking about flat Earth, and she didn't want to hear all our other rambling bullshit, so she moved on. Rico's doing good. I talked to Rico just yesterday. He's working on a lot of self-discovery, a lot of working out things that he's going through personally, not just with divorce, the breakup, the kids, all that, but with his own self and things he's trying to overcome, trying to work out, trying to figure out. He's going through a lot right now. But that being said, he sounded really good when I talked to him. And working the farm, learning how to do things with the animals.
That sounded so wrong.
Yeah. How to take care of the animals. How about that? That's better. You're right. That did sound terrible, didn't it? Let me think. Anybody else that I've caught up with? Not really. In fact, though, I was thinking just days ago how I've left that John guy hanging there about the moonlight experiment because we kind of just stopped worrying about doing a Friday show. And I kept telling him we'd get back and do one with him, and then I've said that to someone else recently. Who was it? Somebody that couldn't really do it. Oh, it was Daryl Davis. Shout out Flat Earth Farms. That we would definitely hop on a Friday afternoon, which would probably work out better for him, being that it's like 2 a.m. for him when we start, so he'd either be up really late or up really early, one of the two. So yeah, we keep saying that and that we can do it, and we just don't. Because by the time we get to Wednesday, it's time to make that decision. We don't actually talk about it or make that decision. So it's our own fault. But when you put things on the back burner, that's often what happens. So we need to do an afternoon show. Maybe for the new year that we're approaching.
Maybe.
I'm sure we can.
When does April 1st happen? Is that happening soon? It's coming, right? Like it should be. Like the 26th, 25th. What's today? Oh, that's right. I was wrong. 23rd. God damn it. Silver dropped again. Motherfucker. Sorry, I'm aggravated. I bought in the dip sitting there. I mean, I didn't. Who's that? What? Prank caller. The first will happen on, where's the calendar? It'll happen on a Wednesday, so I guess it won't be on the first. But the third would be a Friday. The third. When I do the third, something's happening. I got something going on, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a physical appointment. Is that the third? I don't.
Correct me if I'm wrong there, Walter, but weren't you supposed to record you doing karaoke or something?
So what I've discovered is, how do I explain this? So me riding around in the car singing along with the radio, that's one thing. When I do karaoke, I disappear into the music. That's the only way I can say it. Like, I've got the mic, the song I love is playing, I'm singing it from a very true emotional place because it's a song. Usually I don't do songs I don't really know in my heart and know them. Like, rarely would I take a request if I didn't know the song. Sometimes I would if I was drunk enough, and the results would definitely be there. That, because if you don't know all the subtleties and all the little changes and all the stuff of a song, you're just reading it off of the screen. You're not doing it justice. And so if I'm doing a song, usually at karaoke, I'm in it. To the point that the last time I actually did karaoke was back at Christmas. The people we used to go do weekly karaoke, sometimes 6-8 days a week, invited us to their home where they were going to have a gathering of the people that they currently are having do the karaoke, because they're still doing the karaoke. We just quit going because we got tired of being in smoky bars with a bunch of drunk assholes. So we quit doing it. And part of it was doing this show every Friday too. It's, just not this one, but the Friday show I was just talking about on afternoons. So I kind of just quit doing karaoke. But during that Christmas party, I was, it was a bunch of people I didn't really know. It wasn't the old crew. It was a bunch of people I didn't know. And it was a kind of a small, intimate setting in their back porch, screened in room. It wasn't like at a bar where there's a little distance between you or up on a stage when I was doing some of those contests or any of that. So it took me a minute to get back to that place. But once I got back to that place, I was so into a song that I was singing that when somebody tapped me on the shoulder and made me stop, I realized that the host and his wife had, had a few too many shots. And while they were dancing, apparently she decided to jump up in his arms like a teenager or something. And they're, my age, it's not a great idea, and had fallen almost through the fucking glass door. of their home.
Walter, get to the point.
That's the point. I can't just pick a mic up and do it on a camera. It don't feel the same. I've tried. Like I was trying to do that when we started doing these shows. I tried to do some, I felt pretty confident in my singing. And then you sit down in front of this mic that's hanging off of this boom. You're not gripping the mic. The music's not loud enough for you to get lost in it like it is in a setting where there's a PA playing. And it's just different. I can't get into it to perform it for a video that I'm going to put up and be enough.
You're thinking about this all wrong.
No, I did not.
What you need to do is sing it. Just sing it once and then go back and lip sync the emotion, right? You got to act the emotion out.
Right.
So maybe if you just music videoed your karaoke.
Right. Do it, lip sync it, get a big click track.
Yep. Exactly.
It's not like that's not what everybody does. I have a channel that you can see all that on, right? There. Oh wow, guys, love y'all. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now.
It is that time. We sure love you guys.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for putting up with me this morning as I process my latest trauma. And we'll see you back here on Wednesday. Hopefully for a little more upbeat. Hard to say. News is nuts. Anyway, I love you guys. Be good. Be well. Do good. Do it well. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.